But just hearing someone tell me you are enough wasn't enough. Wait a minute. There's probably another way to look at this or see this that I'm not seeing. I had to accept it for myself. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I talk about all things personal growth and personal transformation. So if those things interest you, then be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I post new videos. In this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 key principles to lasting change. These are the principles that I've compiled over my 20+ year personal growth journey, and I want to share it with you. But before we talk about those 5 key principles, in an interview, Trevor Noah had asked Oprah, what is the most common characteristic of successful people? And because of Oprah's experience, years, lifetime really, of experience interviewing people, many successful people,
and also being successful and living a pretty extraordinary life herself,
Oprah had some really good insight into what it takes to go from ordinary to extraordinary. And Oprah's response to Trevor's question was, people get to where they want to go because they know where they want to go. In other words, they have clarity. They know what they want. So before I go into my 5 key principles to lasting change, I want to let you know that I have a free clarity kit that you can grab at the link in the description box below this video. This workbook will help you figure out where you want to go, and the 5 key principles that I'm going to share in this video will help you to make that happen so that you can have lasting change in your life. Okay, so let's get into these 5 key principles. Principle number 5 is you must want change. You have to want the change. You have to be sick and tired of whatever it is that's plaguing you, whether that's financial woes, self-doubt, relationship issues. You have to want a change in your life, in your relationship, in your finances, in your emotional well-being. You have to want change in your health. You have to want change in order for it to last and to stick. It cannot be something like your parents want you to change, or your spouse, or your coach, or your teacher, or your personal trainer. No, it has to be something that you truly want for yourself.
That is the only way it's going to last.
So whether it's someone that's struggling with an addiction, or maybe you want to change your eating habits, it really requires the individual, you, to want a change in your life. You know, sometimes you'll hear stories, or maybe you've experienced where someone has said they're going to make a change, but they don't, whether that's in their relationship or in their eating habits, or maybe they're battling with an addiction and they say they want to change, but then they don't, right? It has to be something that they truly want, and that's the only way that they'll make the commitment and do the work necessary to make the change happen in their life. Principle number 4 is that you have to be willing to disrupt and shift your paradigm of reality. So what do I mean by that? You have to be open to wanting the change, but then also willing to accept that you are capable of change. So for me, on my journey, I was struggling with self-doubt and thinking I'm not good enough. And I realized that on my journey, what I was looking for was something outside of me to make me enough. And over time, I've realized that I already had what I was looking for. It's not outside of me, but I had to be told that, and then I had to be willing to accept that as a truth. For so long, I was under the impression that I wasn't enough. But the moment that I was willing to accept that, I no longer sought validation outside of me. I knew that everything I had inside of me was enough. But just hearing someone tell me you are enough wasn't enough. I had to accept it for myself. And you know what? I believe that that's true for everybody. Not only are we wonderfully made, but we are enough. And we just have to accept that truth. So if you are struggling with self-doubt, you're enough, but you have to accept that. Another example of being willing to shift your paradigm is actually something you are doing right now, right? So you want to go from ordinary to extraordinary. And so you have a growth mindset. You are watching this video because you're like, this person has some insight. She's been on a journey. She has been, doing all the work. She's providing insight in this video. I'm going to sit down and listen to it and watch and see what she has to say. And that's having a growth mindset. And that is having the willingness to say, okay, I don't know everything, so I'm willing to hear what someone else has to say. I'm willing to hear someone else's point of view, and I'll be willing to accept their truth, even if it's temporarily, right? Even if it's for a minute and you're like, I'll accept what she's saying to see if it will help me achieve my goals. Again, you have to be willing to shift your paradigm of reality and say, wait a minute, there's probably another way to look at this or see this that I'm not seeing. And not only am I willing to see that, but I'm willing to accept it as well. Principle number 3 is you have to be courageous. You have to take leaps of faith. You have to have faith in something. That's where your courage is going to come from. And so when I say have faith in something, listen, whether it's a religion, a deity you believe in, maybe you believe in your higher self. If you're an atheist, maybe you believe in your future self, but you have to have faith in something. Faith grounds you. It's the anchor that keeps you disciplined and on your personal transformation journey. This video is not about religion. It's not about any specific deity. I have my personal beliefs, but whatever it is that you believe in, you gotta have faith in something. Faith keeps you anchored, it keeps you disciplined, and it makes you courageous because you are willing to take those leaps of faith. Okay, number 2, this is a big one. You have to do the work. It's one thing to learn about these different habits, to learn about different disciplines, but it's another thing to put the habits and the behaviors into place consistently without ceasing, even when you are not seeing the results you want to see right away. If you trust the process, you have faith, you are willing to shift your paradigm, and you really truly want the change, then you have to do the work. Faith without works is dead, right? That's what we always hear. So you need to do them both. You need to have faith, but you also need to do the work. You have to take action. And then you have to take more action. So it's continual action towards your goal. That action oftentimes is inner work. So whether that's meditation, self-reflection, yoga, hypnosis, breath work, affirmations, oftentimes the work is inner work.
I mean, it's physical work too. Like, there's things you have to do to take action.
But oftentimes, more of the emphasis is on inner work. And then my number 1 principle for lasting change is you have to celebrate and express gratitude for the wins and the losses. I'll say that again. You have to celebrate and express gratitude for the wins and the losses, because both of those teach us really valuable lessons on how to win, how to be extraordinary, how to do things better the next time around. What me and the mastermind group that I'm a part of, what we really call it is, we don't call them losses, we call them lessons, but they're both necessary on any journey, especially a personal growth journey. Okay, so to recap, the 5 principles are: you have to want the change, you have to be willing to accept the change and shift your reality, you have to be courageous and anchored in faith, you have to do the work and then take inspired action. And then finally, you have to be able to celebrate the wins and the losses. But here's the real magic. You have to repeat this process over and over and over. Like, every new journey, every new lesson, every new path, every new decision, every new change in your life requires each of these 5 steps to be done over and over. But again, in order to make a change and make a change last, you truly have to have clarity. Just like Oprah said, right? You have to know what you want. You need to know what it is you want. So what is it that you want to change? What paradigm of reality do you want to shift in your life? What courageous acts of faith can you do and will you take? What work will you do, and how and where will you celebrate your wins and your losses? I want to remind you again that if you are ready to go from ordinary to extraordinary, check out the description box below this video and grab a copy of my free clarity workbook that'll help you get clear on your goals, on your vision for yourself and your life, so that you can start implementing these principles and making a change that will last. Let's keep the conversation going. Let me know which of these principles resonated with you the most. Where are you at on your personal growth journey? I know for me, I'm at a part where I am taking action, and then like consistently taking action. Even when I'm not seeing the results, I'm still taking action. But where are you in your personal growth journey? Where are you in terms of making changes, lasting changes in your life? Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.